And we're live right now from Detroit and the ATL. It's episode 37 of the Everybody Mad, the live podcast. It's Thursday, January 28th, 2021, and day number 8 of a brand new Biden administration. Good evening. How you doing? My name is Sid Lover.
What's happening? I'm Kenya Kabine. Thanks for checking out the Everybody Mad live podcast. What's going on with your tongue over there, man?
My bottom lip was kind of dry. I was doing
so you got to use some chapstick.
I couldn't find it. Russian, since I executive produce and technical produce the show, I got a whole lot more work to be done.
I just love how you. I love how you throw out the credentials, though, just to let everybody know what it is.
I mean, we value your contribution too.
I mean, I feel like I bring the earthiness, the superstar talent, Superstar.
Who know you?
Ashanti.
She don't even know herself.
I know, right?
Even as Keisha Cole. Ashanti was cool during her time in the early 2000s when we was back starting out radio, finishing up college and all this. Like, to me, that's her era, and that's fine. But like hearing it now and putting her against Keisha Cole just was, to me, it was always a waste. So I never even gave it the amount of time. Like, I'd rather see Shirley Caesars versus Dottie Peoples. Right. Right. I'd rather have a versus. I'd rather see Trump versus Mitch McConnell. I have no interest in Ashanti versus Keisha Cole, and I don't even know why they put it together anyway. And then two, wasn't it canceled like 37 times before they even got around to it?
Yeah, we gonna talk all about that. So you all hold tight on that. We're gonna talk more about the verses and everything that went down. Plus, we got a lot of stuff that we're gonna talk about. Trump's impeachment. We're gonna talk about
crazy 19-year-olds.
Yeah, like stunt queens down here in Atlanta, like pulling stunts, getting money out of Kroger's and everything. It's crazy.
Right. The most I've considered stealing at Kroger is like when you go to self-checkout and you don't want to scan in every single item. Like, you might want to just scan in like every other item. Like, that's the most. But yeah, we're gonna get into that. And plus, we have some breaking news. What? Why are you looking at me like that?
Because you be doing that too.
No, ain't no two. Don't put me into that. I said think about it. Like, I'm saved and filled with the Holy Ghost and convicted by the blood of the Lamb and I don't steal.
I don't steal either, but sometimes when I'm just ringing stuff up in that self-checkout thing, and if it misses, I'll just throw it in the bag.
Like, this is what I feel. I don't really work there. So from now on, every single self-checkout that you go to, you get an opportunity to either get you a discount or you can just get something for free.
No.
That's a stimulus right there.
I mean, I like that, but the whole purpose of that was just to get y'all up out of Kroger faster. So that's why they did the self-checkout.
But we helping their bottom line. That's my point. I don't work there. So because I'm doing work, shouldn't I get paid for the work that I'm doing?
You're crazy, man. Yo, let us know your comments, man. You can actually leave your comments on the Everybody Mad Live podcast. Jump online with us tonight. Let us know what's your thoughts on all these hot topics that we're talking about. Solo.2/everybodymad. Also, shouts out to everybody checking us out on all of our platforms where you can check out podcasts, whether it's Facebook, Apple, iHeartMedia, Spotify, YouTube. Shouts out to everybody listening right now live, man. And also big ups to Amber checking us out, LaShawn, Michael McKenzie down in Georgia. Shouts out to everybody, man. Hey.
Live show. If you want to comment too, that's solo.2/everybodymad. You can always go into there. That's the green room as well. So you can listen to the show from there. And if you want to jump in and be a part of the conversation right from that part of it and give your live feedback, you can always do so too. So we got you right there. All righty. But let's start out because we got some sad breaking news that just kind of broke both of our hearts when we heard it. So let's get it started. No, I'm sorry. Take a drink of water first, and then let's get it started.
Oh, I thought you were about to play a clip. My bad. So yeah, well, it's the sad news is that Cicely Tyson has passed, and I cannot believe this. She is an icon, an amazing actress. She has Academy Awards, Emmys. I mean, she's such a phenomenal queen, and we truly lost a gem. We truly lost a gem.
Yeah, she was hanging on. What I do appreciate about this, and I know we give folks like Tyler Perry a lot of flack for some of his production and things like that, but I love how he continued to highlight her and use her and have her a part of a lot of his productions. So like, I really do feel like this is one that we got it right. Like, we saw that, Cicely getting up in age now. Like, we need to give her flowers now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we said it a lot. Like, we don't show people the right amount of attention and support and love and things like that while they're living, and then we're wars being dying on the casket when they leave us. You know what I'm saying? But I think we well by Shirley. Why did I say Shirley? Cicely Tyson. Why did I put C's in the brain?
Probably because of Cicely, Shirley, probably like that. But so Shorty just left a comment and said she's the mother of everything Black excellence, and I totally agree with you on that right there. Amber just said that she will always be a queen. I remember she just did this show on OWN that was real good. I forgot the name of it. It was about a couple out in LA, and Cicely Tyson was on the show. This was probably like one of her last TV shows that she did last year. Cherish the Day. You all got to go check out Cicely Tyson and Cherish the Day. Like, her energy is so warm, it's so inviting, and just being who she is, acting wise, she is phenomenal. I remember my first Cicely Tyson movie that I remember seeing when I was a kid was Sounder. Do you remember that movie?
I don't.
You don't? Sounder, because, well, I know that might be, you were probably in your 20s when that came out, right?
Probably. No, you're much older than me. Now you're much older than me. Like, you are much well traveled and versed in things. So unfortunately, I can't relate to you in this. Like, that's why I'm just letting you continue on about those folks who are part of your generation, because boomers, like, we don't respect boomers enough because you guys paved the way for us. So we need to make sure that we pay homage to the folks like Cicely Tyson, who lived along, and Cloris Leachman. She's another one. Cloris Leachman died yesterday. So that's another one who's very kind of in your generation. She was how old was she? She was 82. So she probably went to school with like, you probably went to school with her kids, because her kids are probably in their 60s. So yeah.
Don't do it, Sid. Don't. Just let it go. And
but I am saying, like, look, like,
be proud of your age.
Oh, I'm proud to be 40, because I'm about to be 43. Actually, in a week, ain't it?
I thought you were 53.
Come on now. Look at the skin. Look at the skin. That's
a lot of Mac. You beat that face, man.
Actually, it's Rejuve. Hold on. That's one of my products.
Oh man!
But look, like 2020, it is like, well, 2021 is kind of being like 2020. You know, we lost a lot of people in 2020. So like my mind is thinking like Betty White is looking at Cloris Leachman, and she's looking at Cicely Tyson like, oh my Lord, like Betty White done made it out of 2020, and now 2021 is looking for Betty White. I feel it's like,
And I love Betty White too. Please don't let
put her in a bubble.
Great. You said put her in a bubble.
Exactly. Put her in a bubble, please. Put her in a bubble. Till we figure out this vaccine and all these variant mutant strains and all this extra stuff that like it's almost like we kind of figured out the virus and we figured out COVID, and now they're like, nope, now we got something else. Like we got super COVID, super mutant ninja COVID coming for us now. So
they're talking about these new strands, and I'm thinking, man, I already had the first batch of COVID. I don't want it no more. And everybody
said you might be able to get it twice.
Yeah,
you might be able to get the second mutant strain. I'm done.
People are getting COVID twice. I'm telling you, I don't want it again. That shit is no joke.
Yeah.
Trust and believe. Okay, and shouts out to Shorty just said, yeah, I'm thinking Betty White definitely, and hell, put Stevie and Smokey in the bubble too. You can't forget about Stevie more than Smokey. And what about Bill Cosby too? He's getting up there too, man.
I wish they would have let him out of jail.
They need to let him out of jail. Did they ever put that white man, the film producer, in jail?
What's his name?
Weinstein.
I think so.
They did?
Yeah.
Well, they can let Bill Cosby out now.
Yeah, they might as well.
He ain't got much longer. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump off all these hot topics right here. And again, rest in peace to the late, great Cicely Tyson. All right. So let's go ahead and kick everything off. Hey, remember when there was talk about putting Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill, replacing former President Andrew Jackson? Well, it is actually going to happen thanks to our new president, Joe Biden. The Obama administration announced the plan back in 2016. However, in 2019, the Trump administration said that the change would be delayed until at least 2028 due to technical issues. Now, if the change is made, Harriet Tubman will become the first Black person to be placed on a U.S. paper currency. As you all know, the famed abolitionist freed thousands of slaves via the Underground Railroad, and there is a significance behind the $20 bill in Harriet. Back in 1899, lawmakers agreed to set Harriet's monthly military pension to $20 a month. She helped the Union Army during the Civil War as a spy, a nurse, and a laundry worker. A $20 payment at that time was equivalent to $530. So the question is it progression, honor, or is it disrespect to put her on the $20 bill? I feel like it's amazing, first of all, because she is an American. There has never been an African-American placed on a $20 bill, and I feel like our currency should reflect our country. So yes, she needs to be placed on the bill.
Some people were saying that like they didn't want her to be on the bill because part of what she was trying to fight against and freeing was just associating Black people and slaves with currency, because Black people were not respected to be a part of society. Like we were treated as a commodity, you know what I'm saying? So that's where some of the woke folks are saying that like they don't know why they're still proceeding with this. It should have died when Trump killed it and didn't want it for his own reasons. So they're saying these are not really valid reasons to have it, because this really does her and what she was trying to do more disrespect than it does honor. And I get that, but like me, like I can't tell you the last time I saw a $20 bill. Like me, I deal in digital currency. Like I'm debit card everything. So like it's like I get it, and like we don't want white men to be the face of everything that we do, and so I get it from an optic standpoint. But like for me, like it doesn't really matter to me because I'm like I don't use cash. I don't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't either. I barely use it, but I still think that it would be a good look to have Harriet Tubman on the bill. I mean, you know, why not? You know what I mean? Either her or Obama.
Yeah.
But you know they're not going to put Obama on a bill. You know, it's too many haters, too many racist-ass people out there. They ain't going for that, even though he deserves to be put on the $20 bill. But yeah, let's go ahead and put Harriet Tubman on it. Why not? Yeah, let us know your comments. Everybody Mad Live podcast. Thanks for checking us out too. Now, as we all know, speaking of Trump, he's been impeached for a second time. Now, he was the only president to have been impeached twice and lost the popular vote twice. But the Democrats haven't forgotten that he tried to start a war against his own country on January 6th. His trial in the Senate is scheduled for February, and it will decide if he should be allowed to run for president ever again. One of his supporters is willing to testify. His name is Jacob Chansley of Arizona. This was the dude that was shirtless, carrying a spear, wearing a face paint, fur, and horns during the whole riots that went down in the Capitol. He's a longtime Trump supporter and conspiracy theorist that's willing to tell that Trump supporters actually believed Trump's words when they were invited to go to the Capitol and fight like hell. Now that's what everybody's saying right now. So the question is said, should they continue with the impeachment even though Trump lost the election and is already out of office? What's your thoughts on that, man? Yeah,
what's the point of having laws if there are no consequences when you break that particular law? Like throw every law out, throw impeachment out, because if there are no consequences for for doing something, then like what's the point? And like that's just the bottom line. And my thing is like they just run the Trump. So like how are y'all still running and protecting the guy who lost the election, made y'all lose seats that y'all ain't spoke? Y'all ain't never lost Georgia.
Right.
But he helped y'all lose Georgia. Y'all ain't never lost Arizona, but he helped y'all lose Arizona. Y'all ain't never lost all these states that y'all supposed to win, but y'all still running to him with your head bowed and your eyes closed and kissing this ring. I don't understand. Like, to me, that's terrorism. Terrorism is when you scared to do the right thing when you know it's right. You know this man is wrong. You know this man ain't good for the country, but you scared because you don't want his crazy white supporters to bring out their guns and threaten your families and whatever else crazy stuff they're doing. But like that, to me, I think black folk been laughing and sniggling a little bit ever since January 6th, because it's been like, we tried to tell you. There's some crazy white folks out there. We've been trying to tell you the police is infiltrated. We done tried to tell you that the FBI is infiltrated. We done tried to tell you that the military is like black folk just sitting out there.
Right.
Some of the people who haven't been paying attention, like they're just like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Black people's like, America is just showing itself to you what we've already seen.
Yep, pretty much. Say you just put it down right there on that right there. Let us know your comments. I see everybody's checking in tonight, and we really appreciate the love on that. Let's see. Keeping it moving. Speaking of Trump, this Trump supporter right here, I'm going to let Seb play the video first, and then we're going to talk about this right here. A black Trump supporter.
That's him.
Okay.
That's him.
So this Trump supporter right here.
He did have a comment. I was trying to forward to his comment because he, like some people thought that like maybe he just kind of just got caught up and he was just there. Maybe he's not a supporter, but here's his words.
Oh, let me hear this.
Chinese, by globalists, by the Chinese, but for America. I'm not here for Trump. I'm here for America.
He said he's not here for Trump. He's like glassy eyed, like I can't see anything straight. But yeah,
what was that white mouth though that he had? Like, what was that all about?
That's the Proud Boys, the Make America. I don't know, but
well, yeah. Well, anyway, this dude right here, his name is Emmanuel Jackson, 20-year-old black Trump supporter who aided in the Capitol attack. He's been denied bail after turning himself into police earlier this week. Now, this is the dude, he was captured on video attacking police with a metal bat at the entrance of the Capitol. Meanwhile, most of the white folks that were rioting have either been getting special treatment, like the one domestic terrorist who actually requested organic food and the judge allowed it, or this chick right here. The female white rioter, her name is Riley June Williams, allegedly stole House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's laptop with the intentions to sell it off to Russian intelligence. She was released from jail and placed on house arrest. Now, the feds have arrested over 120 rioters so far, and they are still continuing to charge people who participate in the Capitol riots. But the black dude is getting a dose of America, KKK.
He was all in, and they actually caught some footage of Mr. Emmanuel. He was swinging a bat, so he went all in, and he was part of the one that was physically doing some harm. I don't know who he connected with, but they did catch him with a bat. And then Miss Riley, one thing is like, oh, I got Nancy Pelosi's computer, nanny boo. Like, that's one thing, but like you went so far, like let me. Oh, I got Nancy Pelosi's computer. Let me call and see if these Russians would like to have Nancy Pelosi's computer. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, she's trying to sell out this country. So it's like, but y'all let her go home to her mama. And like, that's the funny thing. Tell the whole story. She got released to her mama.
She got released to her mama on house arrest.
Right,
so,
to her mama house. To her mama house. Let me do something wrong and release me to my mama. Whoo, I'm gonna be all right because mama gonna make sure I eat. She gonna make sure I got the cooking. I'm probably gonna make sure I stay out of trouble too. So yeah, please release me to mama house if I ever do something. See, that's the thing between black. Well, it ain't no black privilege. That's the thing between white privilege and without, because we don't know that rule. We don't know that kind of reality, which is the funny thing. And Emmanuel found out that that justice, whatever you think you're trying to fight for, bruh. Yeah, you all in, and now you locked in.
Right, you locked in because of the color of your skin. So never get it twisted. White privilege. That when you got white privilege, the door's open for you. And because we're black and we've been dealing with this all our lives, doors always close all the time. And he forgot that. And that's what's kind of interesting with a lot of the black Trump supporters. And I know I have a lot of friends out there. I have a few friends. that are Trump supporters. That I just never really understood. Like, why would you support this man right here who doesn't care about the well-being of African Americans?
Why would you support somebody who don't even care about the well-being of you? You know what I'm saying? Like Trump is already look, he did more pardons than anybody. Like he what was 140 pardons or whatever, but he ain't think not to give that man with the horn like a pardon. Man said that, like, hey, Mr. Man was begging for a pardon. Like, remember the like we showed video of the man asking for a pardon. We just said the story. There's that realtor in Dallas that said they like, you know what? I just jumped on my plane, my private plane, by the way, and went down there to support the president. You know what I'm saying? Like, so everybody saying they're supporting the president. Now y'all got federal felonies on y'all record and y'all facing court. And like, he left office and didn't even pardon you. He had the time to pardon you and was like, well, I'll see y'all next time. It's crazy. And like, it's somebody that y'all still find a way to support. It is the craziest thing I've ever seen. We got some comments rolling in. Betty said that a message needs to be sent to the world to see that we don't tolerate sedition. Amen. Trump incited a revolt and violence against the United States. He should be impeached and thrown in jail.
Period. Come on, Auntie. Come on, Auntie. I see you, Auntie.
And we got the amen from Reggie.
Reggie.
Hey, cuz.
Hey, cousin.
So, man, yeah, like these people need to get a dose of what America is, and like that's my thing. Biden's Justice Department, they need to make sure that they do that. Everybody needs to be held accountable, not just the people who was in the Capitol, but like all this new information that's coming out now. Like they saying that like some of these congressmen was giving them tours the day before and texting locations. I'm like, what in the entire F is going on?
But if it was us, you know, when Black Lives Matter stuff was going down in Washington, D.C., they had the National Guard out there. They had Washington, D.C. cops out there. They had cops flying over the Capitol and everything like that. But when this went down, nothing.
They had their regular day shift on. They had the day shift on. They didn't even call in people to come. Hey, I know you normally work at night, but we want you to come in a little bit earlier because we crazy white folk we expecting to be coming in after Trump. You know what I'm saying? Y'all didn't even call in y'all night shift and y'all overnighters. I'm like, yeah, this was definitely an inside job, and I'm looking forward to watching all these white folks go to jail because that's really what it needs to be at this point. Y'all need to go to jail.
Everybody has to go.
It's like, what's the point of laws and rules and anything? If you can do this and get away with it, let somebody else do something else.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%, man. I say everybody has to be locked up and go to jail. Here's another story about white privilege. Seattle Seahawks lineman Chad Wheeler. Now, no one's talking about this story right here, and I'm going to tell you why. Seattle Seahawks lineman Chad Wheeler, he was arrested over the weekend for allegedly brutally assaulting his girlfriend. Last Friday, Chad and his girlfriend, who, by the way, is a black woman, he brutally attacked this woman after getting into a heated argument after she refused to bow down to him. Now, after she said no, he allegedly choked her out until she was unconscious. When she regained conscious, Chad said, "Wow, you're alive?" When police came, Chad's white privilege kicked in. Now, Chad weighs over 300 pounds. He's 6'7", and he was uncooperative with police officers. But how's about they didn't even fear for their lives, even though he almost killed this black woman? He was eventually arrested, booked on domestic charge. He was released on $400,000 bond Tuesday morning. Had this had been a black NFL player, everybody will be talking about this, and he will be kicked off the team. Now, granted, Chad was kicked off the team this week, but come on, man. Again, this is white privilege.
It took all that. Yeah, it shouldn't have took all that. And he's huge. Like he's 6 feet tall. He's 6 inches taller than the regular average man and about 150 pounds more heavier. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then he had this fit of rage. And it's like, my thing is like, he's now calling it an episode. We had a little of his thing. So like he said it was a romantic episode. Events happened over the weekend. It transpired from my computer about to die. Can you find my plug? He said to my family, teammates, and fans, and those closest to me, the most important thing right now is for him to take some time and walk away from football and get the help that he needs.
Go ahead. Because I was going to say, had this been a black NFL player and he choked out his white girlfriend?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
we would have been found out.
Everybody
this happened this past weekend, and we're just now finding about this. So like this is like days into the making. And then too, this is the funny thing that I always find. Like, it's funny how you want to cry, I was bipolar, I had a manic episode, something's happening and all that. Like, you want to cry that, but it's like in your fits of being, I'm not in my right mind. But you in your right mind to be racist to this girl, right? You in your right mind to want her to bow down to you, right? So thinking that this is a manic episode or something where like you might have just been drunk and it sent you to a level that you're not used to being in. But like everybody always want to cry mental illness. Like, do you have history of it? Have you been going to, like, do you take medication for it? Like, do you have a history of it? Like, where's the evidence that like this is indeed a manic episode? Or is this like, man, I just had I got a little bit too wasted. Oh, I was messing around with like a little bit of drugs or whatever. And like, I wasn't in my right mind. But like, everything can't be like you can't explain it away by saying that like it was a mental episode, and that's how I'm going to apologize, because some of y'all folks, like you said, you got some deeper issues, and it concerns with your white privilege and this white supremacy issue.
Yep. How about that? Leave your comments, everybody. Mad Live Podcast, as we talk about more black girl magic, black queens making it happen. In addition to our first female vice president, we now have our first full-time black female coach in the NFL. Shouts out to Jennifer King. She was recently promoted from intern to full-time offensive assistant coach for Washington. This new position actually makes her the first full-time black female coach in NFL history. Yo, that is major right there. Mad props to Jennifer. I just love to see that. I like to see that, you know, the NFL is, because the NFL knows they really, you know, NFL been messing up lately over the past couple of years, especially with, you know, the protest of Black Lives Matters and the way that they handled the whole Colin Kaepernick situation. I believe this is just a way just to do damage control. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's just,
it could be.
I think damage control.
Yeah, you know, I still haven't watched the NFL game since the Colin Kaepernick thing, because I just believe that like there's just inherent racism. And you know, I love football. Like, I played football like all the years of my young life. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, that's just what we do in the South. We love football, but it's one of I still haven't watched the game since the Kaepernick issue, just because I would just believe it's just a lot of inherent racism, not just the Colin Kaepernick thing, but also just the amount of coaches. Like there's a lot of great black coaches who should be coaches, who should be head coaches. You see what my frat brother's doing in Pittsburgh. He's done well for years, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of black men don't get those opportunities. So that's why, like me, I don't know, like, I'm taking baby steps. I'm gonna try and watch the NFL if the Panthers get what's his name, Deshaun Watson or somebody. But it, like, to me, it's just been hard to reconcile with the NFL, just because like they got just too much racism all over.
Yeah, I agree. Let us know your thoughts. Everybody Mad Live Podcast. You know, Vogue magazine is actually publishing an alternate cover of this February issue with an image of Vice President Kamala Harris after receiving a hell of a lot of backlash from the original. Now, the original cover featured the vice president dressed down. A lot of people thought that it was disrespectful and that the cover was too casual for the vice president of the United States. Now, according to Kamala's team, the image that was chosen for the Vogue cover was not the image both sides actually agreed upon. Harris' team said that they were blindsided by the cover of the first one because they thought that the image of Kamala in the powder blue suit should be worn on the cover. Well, all of that's going to be changed because now they're going to reissue that cover, and they're actually going to use that on their digital issue too. So, you know, what do I think about it? I don't really care. I just feel like there's just so much more stuff to talk about, you know what I mean? But I understand that people thought that, you know, her and the Chucks, that they wouldn't have put like a, you know, Hillary or, you know, like just a white woman of power in Chucks like that. But then my whole thing is, why did she agree to it? You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe, or not unless, that was like one of the pictures that was going to be featured on the inside, because a picture of her wearing the Chucks makes her more relatable. I get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's probably why she did it. So when I think about it, because I'm just talking out loud because I didn't even think about it, but maybe Vogue magazine did play her. You know what I'm saying? I think they did play her.
That picture that was on the cover with the Chucks, that was a picture that was supposed to be a part of the spread, but it was supposed to be an inside picture. It wasn't supposed to be the actual cover. It was supposed to be one of the inside pictures. It said that she had a picture of her with a gold background. This picture right here, that's the cover. That's supposed to be the cover, and now that's going to be the digital version. So they're going to correct that. But yeah, like I'm like you, like it's just imaging. I ain't worried about somebody's image, and I know it's history, and I know we need to pay attention to it and stuff like that. But like, yeah, like I don't think it's worth. Vogue got all this backlash because you didn't capture the president right. It, like somebody messed up,
right?
Somebody might have messed up intentionally though, because like how folks get.
And guess what? How's about if they're trying to do the whole Jedi mind trick and just get people to go out and buy more issues of Vogue now that they're going to release this second issue with Kamala? What if that was really done with intention? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
We got to stay woke with the way the media works. This was probably done to let's sell this first batch, get people riled up, and then we're going to go ahead and sell this second batch.
I can see that.
Don't get caught slipping, shawty. Don't get caught slipping. YFN Lucci's been caught slipping. He asked the judge this week to grant him a reasonable bond so he can continue to financially take care of his 4 children and his mother. Lucci is currently being held in a Fulton County jail after he was brought up on several charges, including felony murder, aggravated assault, participation in street gang activity, and possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. Now, Lucci's girlfriend, Reginae Carter, said that she wants everybody to know, and I'm surprised that she took him back because she unfollowed him when the news came out, but now she's back following him. I guess they're back together. She wants everybody to know that he's in good spirits and doing well. Right. He's doing well, and he's going to be out soon. Now, I don't know if he's going to be out soon now because it's a murder now. I don't know if he's going to be out soon. I think that's wishful thinking on Reginae's part. It is what it is. I don't really have an opinion. I think that, they're young. She's young, so she's going to go for this type cat right here.
Yeah.
She
should have asked her dad to get that part and set up with her boyfriend too. Like they should have got that coordinated. Like Reginae gonna learn. She gonna learn. You better use your connections. Daddy done already paid the price to Trump. Daddy done already sold his. I was thinking about this. Like we was wondering, like why did Lil Wayne sell his masters, and then he only sold them for like $100 million. Like, do you think he sold his masters so he have a little bit of pocket change to buy that part?
Probably so. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
I would not be surprised. I mean, it was so strategic, and again, I felt like that it all coincides too close together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So right. You sell your masters, and then all of a sudden, you're taking pictures with Trump, and then you get locked up, and then now all of a sudden you're being pardoned. Come on now.
Yeah, that don't make no sense.
Yeah, I think that there's something with that right there. Well, switching gears to more, like lighter news and everything like that. Little Kim, the Queen Bee, love Little Kim. And I got to talk about Salt-N-Pepa too, because I don't see Salt-N-Pepa on this lineup right here, said. But Little Kim reveals that the only person that she wants in the industry to play her in a biopic would be Tiana Taylor. There's nothing official right now with the biopic, but Kim says that she has something in the works and she wants to do the biopic just to kind of put all the rumors to rest about herself, which, I get it. Tiana Taylor would be excellent to play Lil' Kim, man. I would love to see that go down. I would love to see Tiana. She's talented. She's got the
what
whole.
About Lil Mama?
You said what?
I said, what about Lil Mama?
That's Lil Mama right there, right?
I know. This is the 2016 Hip Hop Honors.
Oh, okay.
Where they both were doing the Lil Kim roles.
Yeah. I would like to see Tiana Taylor, and Lil Mama would be good too, because Lil Mama, she did well playing Lisa Left Eye Lopez. She did that TV One movie about the stripper that was backing her boyfriend. Lil Mama's a good actress. I think a lot of people, they sleep on Lil Mama because of the whole shenanigans that she pulled at the VMAs that year with Alicia Keys and Jay-Z. Yeah. But she's really, I know, right? Like, but Lil Mama is super talented, so I can see that too. But I'm with Kim. I'm rooting for Tiana Taylor on that. What about you?
Naturi Naughton. She's already played Kim.
Yeah, but Kim didn't like Naturi Naughton because Naturi Naughton was dark skinned.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. I think like it's some colorism going on with Lil Kim in that, like she's probably more likely to kind of lean towards a fair skinned actress for whatever reason.
Yeah. Before I get into the next story, because I don't see it on this thing, but did you watch the Salt-N-Pepa biopic?
I did.
What did you think about it? I didn't like it. It was okay for me.
A lot of people think that Spinderella wasn't in it. She was in it, but she just wasn't a part of the creative development, the writing, and that sort of thing. So she didn't have her say in it. So I think that's the part that I want. I want to know, where'd y'all find a 15-year-old female DJ that was so hot that like y'all got her into the group? You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, that's big to me.
It is. I felt like they treated Lil, I'm sorry, I was about to say Lil Kim. They treated Spinderella like a redheaded stepchild. She has been such an intricate part of Salt-N-Pepa. She was in the group. She was in all the videos. She was on all the songs.
She's on all the album covers.
Yeah, she's on all the album covers. So you got to treat her like a member. So to sit up here and say, oh, well, you're not in the group, you're just a DJ. Come on, man. You can't do that to that woman like that. And so that's why Spinderella right now is on some, she's just kind of disappointed the way everything has gone down. She sued Salt-N-Pepa. They've actually settled out of court for hundreds of thousands of dollars and back pay to Spinderella because she was getting gypped. She wasn't getting the money that she deserved.
All her pay, and then she said like she had two. We remember in 2019 that she came into the news because the group put out an announcement that they had released her. They basically fired her. You know what I'm saying? So we saw that happen in 2019. So like, I asked Google, who is the members of Salt-N-Pepa? And it named all three of them, plus the fourth member that went out. So everybody thinks of Salt-N-Pepa as a 3-person group.
Yeah.
Except Salt-N-Pepa.
Right.
Nah, it's just us two.
Yeah, and it's kind of messed up too. And I watched the whole after the documentary afterwards, like the live interview with them. I don't know, something about Salt. She just comes across. So when you have like Salt-N-Pepa now in the room, Peppa looks like a celebrity. Peppa looks like a star. Salt looks like auntie. Like, just.
That's just trying to finish
like
this
first lady
because she's trying to go to church. She just trying to finish this interview so she can go to church. Salt looks like she's trying to be a first lady.
Yeah, she tripped me out. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, come on, man. Like I don't know. Like, I'm not really feeling Salt right now, but I didn't. And another thing too, and I know a lot of people gonna feel me on this.
I always felt that way about her though.
Oh, I used to love Salt back in the day. Salt was a shit back in the day, but I think
she was always the one that like in meeting the group, just having some experience with them. Like Spinderella was always my very, very favorite as a person, just so sweet and just so down to earth. Next after that was always Peppa. Peppa was always just like Peppa didn't meet a stranger. So like if you met Peppa, like you's cool, like she gonna talk to you, like whatever. But Salt was kind of sometimes it was great, sometimes it wasn't.
Right. And I really wished in the movie that they would have played more of their music. It's almost like I felt like the movie was missing the Salt-N-Pepa soundtrack. They only maybe play 4 songs of their hits from back in the day, but
and the most popular songs, right?
Yeah, their most popular songs. But I wanted to see "Shake Your Thing," the song with EU. You know what I'm saying?
Man, like what inspired you to write that particular song during that particular season? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like to me, there's a lot that you could explore with females rapping in that particular era. Like they could have went so many different ways, and I'm with Spinderella. Like y'all didn't tell enough of that stuff. Really, what y'all should have did, like y'all should have did like a 3-part series. Yeah. Like instead of trying to do like a movie on Lifetime, get you a little bit bigger budget, get you some sponsors, and now you can spread it out and like dive into some stories, because there are some fans who really want to see some of those things. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to have to wait until Unsung so we can hear the story about Spinderella. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
It's gonna be on TV One. Spinderella.
I agree with
In my own words, Cinderella.
Right. I agree with you 100%. And while we're talking about biopics, the Wendy Williams biopic, Wendy's been making her runs in the media and everything like that, but her biopic airs on Lifetime this weekend, and it's going to be super juicy. I mean, Wendy is telling it all, but I think what's going to be even better than the movie is her little documentary that comes on afterwards, where it's 2 hours. She's sitting in her apartment and she's crying and she's looking a mess and she's talking about her husband and just crazy stuff. I just saw an interview where she said that she smashed Method Man. Did you know that?
Yeah, I didn't know that, but I saw the headline and like, I don't know. I think some people was trying to think if that was real, but like just kind of knowing that era and what was going on and knowing hip hop and how she was like Wendy of the 80s and the 90s and that sort of thing. Like she looked a lot different than the Wendy's of 2020. Like she from the face to everything. So
yeah, she was young, and you know how it is, even like, you think back to the Wu-Tang Clan days, that there's, sex, drugs, hip hop, the club, the VIP rooms. You know what I'm saying? It was a good time. It was a good time, man. So I know Wendy was living her best life, but I was just like, yo, like her and Method Man got it popping. I was damn, like, wow. But she also talks about, a date rape situation with an R&B singer from the 80s back in the day. So just make sure you all check out Wendy Williams, and then we'll talk about it next week too on the Everybody Mad Live podcast. Hey, said, did you hear about this 19-year-old down here in Atlanta that was arrested in Gwinnett County after being accused of stealing nearly $1 million from a Kroger store? Trey Brown spent 2 weeks trading over 40 fake returns to obtain over $980,000 while he was employed at Kroger. 40 fake returns equals to about $24,500 per return. So how did he do it? Police say Trey was essentially creating fake items, taking those items and returning them to a credit card that he had and just making up prices for those items. So according to reports, Trey would take the money from the returns and put them on credit cards to purchase clothes, guns, shoes. And this dude even bought 2 brand new cars and was driving them to work.
He wasn't even slick with it. Like I really thought that it was gonna be some grand scheme or whatever, like because like young folks are real good in IT and with computers and that sort of thing. So like I thought you was about to say, oh yeah, like he had a corporate job and was working in the finance department and got some passwords and shifted some stuff because $1 million. How does one Kroger store have $1 million to be stole? You know what I'm saying? Like that's my thing. It's like where that $1 million is, number one. And I saw some of the transactions. Some of it was small, like $75. I can see that, but like who is going back to the grocery store and getting a $75 refund? Who getting a $70,000 refund?
That's what I was about to say. $75,000 refund. $75,000 like that.
Right. That's
crazy. And no one caught him. It took them 2 weeks. So he was getting away with it. But they say that initially he started out doing $10, $20, and it grew from that to $100, $200, $5,000. And he just went for the gusto. And the homie actually, Trey, started using lottery redemption codes and depositing the funds on his own debit card. He's being charged with theft by taking and could face up to 10 years in prison if convicted. Just imagine if he used his power for good. I mean, he could be like a crazy IT dude. You know what I'm saying? Making good money. Stunt queens, boy.
Done got that good job at the Kroger's. Like I know they done pay you $12. Like Kroger ain't gonna pay you minimum wage. Done got that good job. Done messed up that good job at the Kroger because you want to get your refunds going on instead of just getting it honest and they probably gave you hazard pay too because you are an essential employee.
Right. I know, bro.
These young folks.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Shouts out to everybody checking us out. Everybody Mad Live podcast. Okay, we were talking about this earlier. We're not going to spend too much time on this, but the Keisha Cole Ashanti versus battle, it went down. It was, I caught clips online. It looked like it was a mess. This has been delayed twice. First, Ashanti tested positive with corona, and then the spike in positive cases caused for a second schedule to be delayed. Then the third time it popped off with a lot of drama. Keisha Cole showed up drunk showed up an hour late. She had a bad attitude. People, they were calling her out online. The word is that she was struggling with technical difficulties, which might explain the funky energy and attitude. But after the battle, she revealed that she contracted COVID just 8 days before she was unable to rehearse with the Versus team, which likely contributed to the technical issues. So my question is, if that's the case, Keisha didn't have on no mask, and OT Genesis was around her. So she's positive, people around her, but she ain't got on no mask, and she's not quarantined doing this corona, like she's doing this whole Versus battle. What, you're not even supposed to be doing the battle.
Keisha lying. She ain't had no COVID. She just had a bad attitude and just wanted to have something to explain it on. She ain't had no damn COVID. She just had a bad stank attitude because it done got postponed 11 times, and Ashanti came on there and had a better backdrop than her. She had some sponsors like Doritos that she didn't expect to get paid from. So Keisha just mad.
Yeah, so they say that this battle actually raked in over 8.1 million viewers. Now, is that correct? Because
it might have been. I don't know.
Yeah,
8.1. I was not a part of the viewing audience. I have no interest to be. Reggie said he didn't watch it either because he already knew it was going to be garbage. Yeah, it started an hour late. It started a whole hour late. Like, who? Like, when did Keisha Cole and Ashanti become somebody who I wait for a whole hour? For a whole hour, Keisha, like what? Are they Frankie Beverly and Maze? Like, is this Beyonce? Like, did I miss something? Like, girl, this is a Versus that is free.
Right. We waited an hour for Beyonce. We ain't waiting no hour for no Keisha Cole. I'm sorry.
At all. But some people live for it.
So Danny Lay, she's been getting dragged on social media. If you all don't know who Danny Lay is a singer. She got a new song out called Yellowbone. She previewed it online, and a lot of people were dragging her for the lyrics. And she said, why can't I make a song about my light-skinned baddies? Why y'all think I'm hating on other colors when there's a million other songs speaking of all types? Why y'all so sensitive and take it personal? Now, many felt that the track was offensive due to the colorist lyrics and that Danny is Dominican American. She's not black. She's currently dating the baby who has a dark-skinned baby mama named Mimi. Shouts out to Mimi in North Carolina. Anyway, people are assuming that she was trying to flex her light-skin privilege in an attempt to bash the baby's ex. And here's her apology.
That's what he wants. I think people twisted it into thinking like I'm trying to bash another woman, another skin tone. Like, that was never my intention. I wasn't brought up like that. I never looked at my skin as a privilege. I never looked at me as I'm better than somebody because of my skin tone. Nah, like, I see brown skin women flaunt their skin all the time in music. Like, why can't I talk about mine? If you look at me, I'm light skin, I'm a yellow bone. In my opinion, that's just what I am. So it's like, it wasn't something that I looked at so deeply, which I can see why people will take it deeply. So I understand, and I'm sorry that I wasn't sensitive to the topic when I wrote my comment, like, why are you guys taking it so personal? Because it can be a personal thing to certain people, because colorism is a real thing, so I do get it. But I'm not.
She's pretty.
You said
pretty,
what?
but she's saying, like, if India.Arie can be like brown skin, why I can't be like yellow skin? Like if D'Angelo's gonna be like brown sugar babe, why can't I be like yellow sugar babe? Never mind.
And Beyonce got that song "Brown Skin Girl."
Oh, right.
Yeah, so I get what you're saying.
I can't be proud of my yellow skin. Y'all proud of y'all brown skin.
I think people just have enough time. You know, people got a lot of time on their hands right now, being quarantined. You know, so if there's something that Black Twitter don't like, they're gonna stand up. I think, you know, they were just dragging. But see, my whole thing, if she's Dominican, isn't that still?
That's to me black. Like, we need to get out this like, all right, well,
it's still black.
To me, Hispanic is black. Like, we didn't start talking about Hispanic until Nixon got in there. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's just one of those things that we just continue to fight, like the colorism, and that's just another way that we can just fight each other.
Yeah. I agree 100%.
You
You said what?
I said we need to learn how to stop fighting each other.
Yeah, we really do, man. I think my vision has gotten worse since COVID.
What is that called? Long haulers disease or something, or the long haul or something?
I don't know. Like I put my readers on because I went to the optometrist a couple of months ago, and they were like, "Oh, you got to get readers," and I'm like, "Oh shit, I'm officially getting older." You know what I'm saying? So I'm like wearing contacts, and I have to use readers to read when I'm, like doing the show and stuff like that. But even the readers, like tonight, I felt like I was, it's just bad. Now it's kind of foggy right now.
Oh yeah. Well, you're closing in on your 60th birthday, so have you gotten your colonoscopy yet? Like, I think it's probably about time for you to get that when you get to about 60, right? So schedule all your appointments and everything that you need, because we want you to be safe and healthy and all that good stuff.
You are funny, man. Okay, so Sam, why didn't we so that's it. Is that it for tonight? Because I had some more stories, but I see we edited some of those stories out.
Did you? Oh.
The Raz-B thing, remember?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, go ahead. Oh, yeah, my bad. I think I probably inadvertently took that out, but he wants Chris Stokes to get a
But didn't we talk about that recently though?
Kinda.
We don't have to do it then.
Yeah, that was the only one that we skipped.
Yeah, that was the only one that was taken out. Okay.
Yeah, and the Spinnerella, but we caught that. So
I do want Chris Stokes. I mean, since we're talking about, I do want him to get busted because I mean, Raz-B has always like stayed true to his story of being molested by Chris Stokes back in the day. So his story, he's stayed with that same story. So I actually believe him. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Yeah,
Chris Stokes needs to be
the Me Too movement can work in that.
There needs to be a surviving Chris Stokes on Lifetime. That's what I say. I think that people are brushing it under the table because he's a dude, and like Raz-B is like, people are calling him gay and everything like that. But I mean, the reality is, he's just because he was molested doesn't make him gay. You know what I mean? Like, but you know how ignorant people can be.
Yeah.
So
I
do.
He's been that for like quite some time too.
Yeah. And
Lifetime might well like Lifetime is turned into like the urban movie channel because like they got so many. And then you got Vivica Fox. She got her whole little series of Lifetime, whatever she's doing over there. So Lifetime is.
I actually watched some of those movies when I was quarantine and stuff.
Yeah.
They're actually pretty good. But what I was gonna say was that Marcus Houston, we know what you did too to Raz-B. I'm just saying.
I think that about wraps up the show.
I was on the ground covering that when I was doing radio, so I could tell y'all some stuff. But
we like my last show in Detroit. Well, my first show in Detroit, we had Omarion as the headliner when he was real big, and he just became solo artist. And then he was on the Frips with obviously the rest of the group, and really out with Raz-B. Guess who showed up at my concert and had to find a way to get security? Omarion was trying to get security on guess who? Raz-B.
Yeah.
Yep. So it was an incident at my concert.
Because the narrative, they tried to spin a narrative that Raz-B was crazy and that he was losing his mind, saying that, he had been molested and all this kind of stuff. But, it was kind of weird. Like I remember watching, what was that, MTV Cribs back in the day. And when, Chris Stokes was like, okay, this is my house and Raz-B lives with me. It just felt weird. I was like.
It looked weird.
Yeah, like, okay, like, why y'all living together? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's that all? And
like, they were like way long ago, like when Immature came out, and then like that one video where like all of them are in white underwear. Like that was just the weirdest things. Like why is why is that on TV? And I think why is that something that's okay?
Well, and so the reason why, I wanted to bring this up too is because there was an interview that was supposed to air on Fox Soul this week, and Chris Stokes and Marcus Houston did a cease and desist so Raz-B's story wouldn't get out because they're afraid of Raz-B's story is starting to build momentum now. People are really saying, like we are starting to believe him and see Chris Stokes he's a big time film director. He directs a lot of films. Marcus Houston, I don't know what Marcus Houston writes and produces now in the film industry. So, they're just trying to protect themselves, and they got a lot of power in the industry now. Don't get it twisted. Yeah. So Raz B, though, I really want people to, just be on the lookout, because I think the truth is going to come out about Chris Stokes and Raz B and Marcus Houston. So you heard it here first. You heard it here first on Everybody Mad Live podcast.
We'll definitely keep watching that story, and then we're going to keep working on some more things to follow up with the rest of the Everybody Mad Live podcast. We really want to thank everyone for joining us right here on another Thursday. Please like and share us on whatever platform you're on. We're at solo.2/everybodymad. Wherever you get your podcast or wherever you get your videos, please like us or share us. We really appreciate it, because it helps us spread the word and get out, and so we can bring you more content. What?
I'm really just flexing. Asparagus? This is just a flex so people will know that I'm trying to eat healthy and lose a little weight. That's all that is. It ain't shit, y'all. I'll never eat on the podcast, but now I'm trying to show y'all I'm eating asparagus.
Like all in the camera. Like what is going on with this asparagus? Like, it's really, really green. But yeah,
it's just a flex. It's just a flex. Trust me.
Straight up. But make sure you get us wherever you get your podcast, and also watch us and thumbs up and all that good stuff. That definitely helps us. We're working on some good content for the rest of the year. We'll be visiting some financial things and bringing some doctors in, and some mental health issues. I'm working on a episode for the next week or so. So we'll talk about mental health and how it's affecting us, Black men and Black folks, and also survivors of COVID, because I know there's some mental health components to there as well. So got some good stuff coming up in store, but we really, really appreciate you for joining us right here on the Everybody Mad, the live podcast.
Everybody have a safe and blessed week, and don't forget to follow us on the Everybody Mad Live podcast, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And you can follow me, Kenya Kabeen1 on Facebook, Kenya Kabeen on Instagram and Twitter.
All right, making sure I ain't missing any comments. Showing some love. Thanks, cousin. Got some love. People throwing out some love to us.
Polo!
Oh. All right, got those coming in. Thanks for joining us right here, Karen and Sandra. We appreciate you joining us right here on the Everybody Mad the Live podcast.
Hey, Sandra.
And Reggie, thanks for joining us. We appreciate you joining us, and glad you enjoyed the show.
Reggie.
It's been another one. Episode 37 is over. We'll see you next week. Why you gotta take another big bite?
I'm trying to flex. I'm telling you. Salmon and asparagus.
I'm gonna make me some salmon.
And it was Black and Two said, "Hey, we should do a oh shit! I got grease all on my Mac." But
it's been real. The Everybody Mad, the live podcast. We'll see you next week.